What's good, YouTube? Runwolf 1980. Back with a video. Just figured I'd film something. I haven't been filming lately. Been full swing in school. Picked up maybe about, since you guys heard from me last, picked up maybe about 56 pairs of kicks. So I got some stuff to show, but really, I lost interest for a few reasons, and I'll tell you guys. I'll allude to it here, but I don't wanna, you know, go full into it, I guess. But you guys know I've never been one about doing a video for whatever's new. I don't care about the views. I don't care about retention, or I don't care about staying relevant. So I just show what I want to show when I want to show it. You know what I'm saying? Been sitting on these for months, you know, and still DS too. Haven't gotten around to wearing those. Like I said, I've been full swing in school. I've been mostly just wearing Air Max, man. Running back and forth to school. But I got some pretty cool stuff here lately that I'll show you guys. But like I say, what happened, you guys know that after, well, right before Mom had passed away, I just showed the shoes while talking. I got into the church, you know what I'm saying, and it was, you know, it was good for me. You know, it got me through through the death and all that. But here recently, someone pretty close to me, a baby actually, 8 weeks old, had a heart attack and died, you know? And while listening to his mother plead, like, my wife had, let me go ahead and get into it. She came into the house and had the child, and looked to me and my wife for help, you know? And, you know, what can you do? Like, I clearly seen that, you know, the little boy was gone already, you know? But my wife administered CPR, you know, and as I heard the mother beg God to keep her son, you know, and I knew those prayers were going to go unanswered, and a part of me died that day with that child, you know, and I mean, it reminded me of begging God for my mother, you know, to be here or whatnot. So when we buried the little baby, I won't use his name for the parents' protection, but as when we buried that child, I buried a part of me, you know, and you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that that my belief in God hasn't wavered. I believe in God, I mean, no less than I did before, but I have no faith in how can I say that, in that things will change because you want them to, you know what I'm saying? I have no more faith in that, you know. I mean, shit is what it is. It's gonna happen when it happens. People get caught up in schematics or in the rules of doctrine, and they forget to live. You know, you got Christians that on Sunday will feed themselves to they pop, which is, you know, gluttony, and it's an actual sin. And then you got ones that are sitting in church and backbite each other, which the book says not to. But then they'll turn they'll want to talk crap about me because I'll use curse words, or maybe I'll say, you know, fuck, shit, or damn. You know what I mean? Nowhere does it say that those words are wrong to say, but perhaps it says, you know, if it offends my brother, then I shouldn't do it. So maybe I shouldn't curse in front of my brothers and sisters. But it's not a sin. But gluttony is a sin. You know what I'm saying? Backbiting is a sin. You know, it's just sinful in nature. But it doesn't matter. So I mean, I try to live a Christ-like life as far as what I do and how I mean, the main rule that I gathered from it was, you know, to love each other as God so loved the church. You know what I'm saying? So I love my neighbors, you know, and even those that I don't like, I love them, I care for them. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck no more, man. You know, I mean, I'm not holding on to some ideals that just don't. Filming something for YouTube. I'm just now filming it. Some new pickup stickers that I got. I used to make videos like this all the time, but I just fell out of it past couple months. I figured I'd pick up the camera and start filming again.
So you trying to sell it, or you just?
Nah, just showing.
Oh.
But yeah. So I mean, like ideals wise, I'm not gonna I don't know. I'm not gonna tiptoe through life, man. Because the fact of the matter is you live and you die, and everything in between is your life. And if you don't spend it living, what I mean, spend it enjoying the time you're given, then I mean, there's no do-overs. You don't have a second shot at that shit. So enjoy the time you have and live it to the fullest. I mean, I have children to raise, and I'll raise them right, and won't expose them to things that could cause them problems. But at the end of the day, that's their decisions to make. You know what I'm saying? This life, they have to find their way. I can't hold their hands through it all, even though I want to. But you could end up hindering someone by helping them too much. You know what I mean? So that's something to be mindful of. God, I love this shoe, man. It's really nice. But like I say, through the events of that, I just, I tried to. I'm glad things happened the way they did before, like mom or whatnot. Getting saved. It kept me. It kept me. I didn't lose my mind when I lost my mother or whatnot. And I had a destructive personality. I mean, some of the people that know me personally, like coming up, like some people talk a tough game. You know what I'm saying? And some people like to talk about that. I'll do this and that, but I'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a matter of fact. No bullshit, all bullshit aside, when I was a young child, some people know, and some people know this. I mean, I guess it's okay to say. I mean, I was a child and all that, but when I was a young boy, 16, it's back in '96. I killed a man. You know what I mean? And I'm not sorry for it. You guys know. I mean, that heard me speak on it. I felt like I was in the right. I mean. Would I give him his life back? Yeah, sure. Because, I feel like people have the right, to be who they are. But at the time, for what he did and what happened in the situation, I'm not sorry for what happened. I mean, that was the price he paid for, coming at me like that. But, I felt to do what I felt necessary, you know what I'm saying? But my point is, lives get cut short every day, you know what I mean? And, I mean, it just is what it is, man. Like, luckily, finding God or God finding me, actually, it gave me some direction. It gave me the ability to straighten up and raise my children right. It gave me some direction, But it's just, I don't know, everyone has a path, man, and I know I've helped some people, man. I mean, I know that I've been there for many people. Some people that know me think that I'm heartless, you know what I mean? And that hurts me more than I could ever explain to you, that somebody that knows me personally would think that I have no feeling. Like, I'll give you an example. I walked into the corner store about a month and a half ago. No, it wasn't quite that long. And the woman working in there was an older lady. She maybe, early 50s. Was pouring tears, I didn't know what the situation was. I didn't know why or anything. I just walked over and I grabbed her and I held her, you know what I'm saying? And I let her cry on my shoulder, And I mean, I didn't ask her. Why are you crying or anything? I didn't want to know. That's not important. That part's not my business, you know what I'm saying? But given that human contact, it later, a few weeks later, I seen her in there, and she thanked me for it, you know what I'm saying? And it made me feel good that that I possessed enough sense, and I possessed the empathy to just do that, you know what I mean? Because I kind of put myself in her position. Now, years ago, I wouldn't have been like that, and it's through Christ that gave me that, you know what I mean? And that, I'm thankful for that. But it also, like they say, how can a Christ that loves us let children die or whatnot? Life is in motion, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he has anything to do with that stuff. I don't think God has anything to do with good things coming your way or bad things coming your way, because the Bible says it rains on the just and the unjust. So that leads me to believe that shit just happens, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you take that for what you want, you know what I mean? Some people want to thank God for this, that, and the third. Well, if that's the case, you're going to thank God for the blessing of something good happening, then I guess you need to thank him for tragedy, right? Is that right? Am I saying that right? I mean, I know I'm all over the place, man, but, that's just where my mind is now. This is, you guys that knew me from before know, like, I haven't always been like this, man, I used to have it all together, and I knew exactly what I wanted and whatnot. But life is uncertain, you know. When something happens like that and it shakes you to your core, like how much can one man take, you know? You lose your mother, you know what I'm saying, and then you rationalize it that the reason being is, she's older, she lived a life this, but she didn't live a full life. My mom died young, like it was 52 is not old at all, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, and then you try to rationalize it, you finally get some, and then a year later, almost to the day, a year later, a fucking infant dies, 8 weeks old. And whose fault is that? You know what I'm saying? Not even for any reason, just sudden infant death. Just boom, lay down for a nap and you just go. How do you rationalize that? I mean, mysterious ways? Well, I call bullshit. I don't think it's fucking mysterious ways. I mean, shit is what the fuck it is, And the fact of the matter is, you're here today, you're going tomorrow. And if that shit frightens you and that shit, you can't make sense of that, then, that's your first hurdle. You know what I mean? So I made a decision that day. I'm just gonna live, man. I'm not gonna get caught up in the afraid, the scared of this, that, and the third. Now I will say this much: since that day, I think of death a lot more. And it's no less scary than it was before. But the fact of the matter is I've accepted that there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is what the fuck it is. And if you're not gonna live and enjoy the day given, then you lost already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to book as many cruises as I can afford. I'm going to take my family to as many memories as I can create for my kids, and hope that they do the same for their children and their children's children. You know what I mean? All that bullshit is bullshit, man. Like, I say I buy these sneakers because, I like them, I don't care for them no more. Like, not to say I don't like them anymore, because I do like them, but I don't keep up with the new release or what's this and what's that or what you like and what he likes. You got cats out here that buy sneakers because they're new and they want to be accepted and they want to feel like they belong. You know what I mean? And if something isn't popular, they won't buy it for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Whereas in, whatever, who cares? Because the fact of the matter is the game is imploding on itself. There's too many releases, Nobody can cop them all. You know what I'm saying? And shoes that are really dope are ending up on clearance because they aren't the hype release. And I'm all for that, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Sorry about mixing the two ideals together, because, they really have nothing to do with one another. But, you gotta respect yourself, respect each other, you know what I'm saying? The common tie that bonds us all in this particular area is these sneakers, you know what I'm saying? I met a lot of relationships through these, but at the end of the day, I'm just gonna live, man. And what I was saying before is me being back. I mean, it's gonna turn up, man. You know what I mean? Because I can feel myself, coming. Not my old way of being, but I am more aggressive again. I know there is no friends in this. You know what I'm saying? And the lovely part is I don't have to worry about a horde of followers like I did before, where I had like this big group that fought my battles for me. Now, if I come at you, believe you me, it's something that I find specific, an issue, you know what I mean? And it made me want to say something. And it ain't always something as, quote unquote, coming at you. Sometimes just, pointing out the fucking obvious, you know what I'm saying? And testing one's ideals and beliefs, you know what I mean? That if they talk that dumb bullshit, then, I'm gonna speak my mind. I don't care how many YouTube followers you got. That shit don't mean nothing to me, man. Like, because your followers agree with you because you're you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're right or wrong. And that doesn't make you right. You know what I mean? You got to be mindful of self and understand who you are as an individual, that you're not led to believe some dumb shit by a bunch of yes men. I hope that makes sense. Let me rephrase that, or let me say that again. Be mindful of who you are and yourself, that you're not led to believe a bunch of stupid shit by a bunch of yes men. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. Running with 1980. I am who I am. I make no apologies for it. You know what I mean? There's not a lot like me. Not to say that there isn't many, and not to say there isn't anyone like me, because that's not true. I meet people of my ilk all the time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we differ in some ways, but that no nonsense shit, you know, it is what it is. And those that come from the same cloth, they can separate the real from the fake. Like those that like to talk it, you know what I mean? But you know, not to say that everyone that is about it has to have done prison time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I did mine because, you know, I got caught on some other shit, but, you know, and God spared me a life sentence. Like I say, I came at a good age back in '96. They didn't trial juveniles as adults, you know, being it was drug related, that had something to do with it, being that it was on a reservation, that had something else to do with it, you know. Like I said, the guy that was dealt with, I mean, he wasn't no saint, you know. In my opinion, he was a piece of shit, you know what I mean? I mean, he was a pedophile, you know what I mean? And I found out what I found out about him, you know what I mean? And does it make it right? No. I mean, am I some judge, jury, and executioner? No. But, like I said, I'm not sorry for it. And I don't care what someone thinks about it, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how they feel, you know? And I've spoken to his relatives, you know what I'm saying? They know. And, like, now his moms wanted me to feel all guilty and shit, and I was like, you know what, I mean, I ain't gonna get into what I said to her, but was it wrong what I said? No, because she needed to hear the truth. But anyway, just know that I'm back on my shit, man. That the gloves are off. I'm not pity-patting around because of feelings. Like, while I love a lot of y'all, you know, you guys know that, man. I mean, I've always had respect for many of you that are watching this right now. But at the end of the day, fuck a motherfucker's feelings, man. If I hurt your feelings telling you the truth, so what? You know what I mean? And if criticizing your business practice hurts your feelings, maybe you should change your business practice. Running Wolf 1980, I still, every day, love each and every one of you. Best believe that shit. And I wish you nothing all but success in your trials. You know what I'm saying? May no man judge you for what you do. May no man judge you for who you are, except yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're your own judge. Believe that shit. And none of all the begging in the fucking world ain't gonna change your expiration date. So, follow it and be mindful that you'll check out. And the life you live will be your legacy. Running Wolf 1980. Go ahead and get out of here. Peace, guys.